I don't usually pull my hair back into a ponytail, but I'm planning on wearing a hat later, so I just thought I'd pull it out of the way. I'm just getting ready really fast to go down and hang out with my family this weekend in my hometown because it's my daughter's birthday this weekend, and just packing my stuff up, and I thought I would film a get ready with me while I was doing that. I have been asked quite a few times to go back to doing weekly makeup baskets, and I'm not quite ready to do that right now, but I was thinking that I could do a get ready with me a couple times during the month so you can see what I'm working on and the products that I'm focusing on. So the items that I'm going to be using today are ones that I've been working on lately and what I'll be working on for this coming week. On my skin, I did already moisturize and prime my skin. I'm using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Smoothing Primer, and I did cut mine open to get all the product out of here. I probably have another 2 weeks left in here, and you're gonna have to excuse my nails. We went to the movie last night for her birthday and I chewed the crap out of my nails, so my polish is a little chippy. I need to paint that this weekend, but anyway, I'm gonna go on to my foundation. I'm gonna be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in shade 1C1 Shell 15. I'm just kind of dotting this around on the skin. And then I'm going to be using the e.l.f., their buffing foundation brush to blend this in. I feel like this works really nice, and I think they're only $6 at Walmart. I think they're available at Ulta now as well. I put a little dab of my moisturizer in the foundation to kind of just thin it out a little bit so it wouldn't be so full coverage. I usually like to just use that foundation with a beauty blender or something, but I'm not using that today. I'm just trying to hustle through this. I feel like sometimes a beauty blender takes a really long time for me to get everything blended the right way. Then I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. I've also cut this one in half because it's almost finished, but I do have a little bit left down at the bottom. I have shade number 3. I have 2 brushes here that I'm going to be playing with. One of them's from MAC. It's the 195, and the other one is the Deluxe Crease brush that came out of a set from Real Techniques, but I'm going to use the MAC one to kind of get it out of the container here. Because I put that moisturizer in, it definitely thinned it out quite a bit, so it might look like I'm putting a lot on, but I'm just dabbing very small amounts on the skin. Wow, that looks like I put a lot on, but I promise there's not as much as it looks like. It's just a very thin layer on my face. And I'm just going to blend it in with this Real Techniques brush. If I have any areas that need a little bit extra brightening, I am going to be keeping my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Light to Vanilla in my makeup bag, but if you look there, you can see like the windows showing through on the sides, like right there and right there. There's not very much product in here, but I'm going to be keeping this in my bag just in case I need some extra brightening. I'm not really too worried about it today since I'm just going to go hang out with family. Something I am going to put on though, this is part of my Finish 7 by Spring. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Highlighter in Opal, the liquid version. I do put this on before I put on my face powder, and I put a little bit on like the high points of the cheek and then a little bit on my collarbone right there. So let's see if I can get a little out or if it's all the way out already. I got a little bit. So I'm just gonna dab a little on my finger, just a very small amount like that, and just dab it over this area super fast. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing this kind of a video a couple times a month, like a weekly sort of video, or if you'd rather me just show the products that I've been working on and what I'm trying to finish off. I like to put a little at the inner corner of my eye. I'm just barely putting anything up there. I just want a little bit more brightening effect under there. I'm going to take a tiny bit and put it on my chin and Cupid's bow. This will get mattified quite a bit once I put my powder on. So if it looks extra shiny right now, it's not a big deal. Can you see that glow there though? I think it's kind of fun having that there. And then I'll take a little bit on my ring finger and just put it on my collarbone right here since I'm wearing a tank top today. Next, I will go for my powder, and this powder is interesting because at first I didn't really like this powder, but the more that I've been using it, it's definitely grown on me. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder, and it is incredibly fine. It feels like silk between your fingertips. I actually have not felt a powder as fine as this one in my entire life. It is a little messy when you open it up, so generally I'll just tap a tiny bit into the cap up here because there's nothing to keep the powder in the container. It comes up through the sifter as it's, you know, as it sits in my makeup bag. I'm going to be using a super huge fluffy brush. This one's from Real Techniques. I'm still trying this one out before I give my full review on it, but so far it's been doing a pretty good job. So I just make sure that I don't have any foundation or concealer settling into any of my lines. Up underneath the eye area before I dab this on. A little bit goes a long way. And I barely have any on my brush too. It might seem like I'm putting a ton on, but I'm really not. And it is translucent too, so anybody can use this powder. It's supposed to have hyaluronic acid in it, but I don't know. I didn't notice any difference with me wearing this and not wearing this with my dry skin, so I really don't feel like the hyaluronic acid in it is doing much of anything. That one was sent to me from Octoly, but I've grown to love that one. I really like it, but sometimes if I use it underneath the eye area, it does darken up the concealer a little bit, so I'm just gonna go in. I don't use this every day, but it is nice to have on hand for that rare occasion where I want my under eyes brightened, but I'm gonna be using my Hourglass Ethereal Light Ambient Lighting Powder, and I did hit pan on this just the other day, right there. I only use this underneath the eye area. I'm just putting a little bit of this underneath the eye area to brighten up just a tad. It's very subtle, but I do notice it when I'm all the way done with my makeup. And then after I go underneath the eye, I just drag whatever's left on the brush right through here. For some reason I have a little bit of discoloration right here, and if I'm using a super full coverage powder, foundation, whatever, then it usually covers it up. But if I'm just using something light, or if I mix my moisturizer in with my foundation, then I do notice it a little bit right through here. I actually have two bronzer products for this week. The first one is the one that I just barely repressed. I did film that video of me repressing this, so I'll put that down in the description box. It's just the last video that I uploaded, but this is my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer, and this is what it looks like currently. So I have this one that has a little bit of shimmer in it, and then I've been using this one. This is the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe, and I've been using it so much lately. I have hit pan on it recently, so that is pretty cool. This pan part over on this side, I actually dug my nail accidentally into the powder like the second day that I had it. So that one, I hit pan on that first and I was like, that doesn't really count. But the second one in the middle, I was super excited about that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. There's a bird right on my windowsill screeching. Can you hear it? I got this makeup brush from my friend. It's one of the Senegence brushes, and Senegence is the lip sense company. We filmed like a get ready with me first impressions sort of video with the lip sense products. They have a whole bunch of stuff like foundations, blushes, eyeshadows, all kinds of stuff. I was gonna ask you guys if you'd be interested in seeing that video. So I'm just kind of placing a little bit of this NYX blush in taupe down, and then I'll blend it out. I don't go too heavy with my contour, like ever. I put a little under my lip right here to make my lips look like they're bigger. And just a little on the chin and on the jaw, right through here. This is a really soft brush. I didn't think that this brush set would be very nice because it just seemed like a cheaper brush set, but it's actually super soft and it's perfect for, you know, going right through your cheekbone area for a contour. So I was pretty impressed. So I'm mostly going to be using my taupe blush today. Usually I'll put the Tarte Park Avenue Princess along my temples up here since I have a larger forehead. It'll just kind of, you know, make it look more like an average size forehead. My forehead, I'm not saying my forehead's big, I'm just saying it's, the ratio is a little bit higher on me. I'm mostly just placing this down and then I'll go back through and blend it back out with another brush. I think this can be very subtle, and if you're fair-skinned, I feel like the NYX Blush in Taupe is a really nice product to have. I'm going to take a little bit and go through the eyelid area too, because I'm not going to do a ton of eye work today. I'm going to go back with my big fluffy powder brush and just kind of brush through, make sure there's no harsh lines. It just really softens it up a lot and makes sure that it's all blended out and smooth. I have two blushes that I've been mixing lately. One of them is my Benefit Rockateur blush. Love this stuff. And usually I only bring this out during the fall time, but I've been wearing it lately and I absolutely love how it looks on the cheeks. And the other one, I'm trying to cover up my progress, but this is my Sephora powder blush in number 8, Rose Petal, and this is in my finish 4x4th of July, so I didn't want to ruin the progress update, but I use my MAC blush brush for the Sephora blush, but for the Rockateur blush, I actually just use the brush that comes in the little, I keep my little plastic thing with the brush in here and I just use this brush because I feel like it just gives the right amount of product on the skin. So first I go in with Rockateur and I kind of just dab it where I want it. Isn't that so pretty? Whatever's left over on my makeup brush, I usually just brush it up through, you know, the temple area and on the chin, just so everything blends well and works well together. So really love Rockateur. If you haven't played with this one for a while, if it's just hanging out in your stash, pull it out and see how you like it for the summertime. I think it's gorgeous. And then I'll go in with my Sephora blush. And it's very bright, so I like to just target this not at the front of my cheeks, but kind of at the center and back. And again, whatever's left over, I bring it around the face to kind of tie everything together. I think that looks so pretty. It looks a little intense until I get the rest of my makeup on, but I think it just looks so gorgeous together. Beautiful combination. If you have Rockateur, try mixing it with any, you don't have to have this blush specifically, but try mixing it with any really light peachy pink color, and I think you'll really enjoy that. Then another highlighter, I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in light, Soft and Gentle. That's, I was gonna say Lightscapade, but this one's Soft and Gentle. And I'm just using the Real Technique setting brush with this. I put it on and then I just sweep along the like high point of my cheekbone. And I feel like Soft and Gentle goes really well with the Rockateur blush. I like pairing them together, and it's very soft. It's a very soft and like luminous glowy look that these give off together, I think. I put a little at the inner corner of my eyes, and then I always bring a little bit up above the brow, between the eyebrows. And there's barely anything on my brush too, by the way. I'm not packing on 10 pounds of highlighter. It might seem like it, but there's barely anything on my brush right now. I don't like to highlight my nose too much because I do have a bump in my nose, so I try to just be very sparing with that. So that's all I do for my highlighter. I think this just looks absolutely gorgeous with those other two face products. Let me give you a swatch of it too. It looks a little dark when you swatch it out, but I think it just looks beautiful on the skin. If you pile it on, it does give off like that wet look too. So that is the Rockateur, there is the Sephora blush, and that was Soft and Gentle from MAC. For my brows, unfortunately, I'm not going to be showing that because I had started with my brows and then I was like, oh man, maybe I should film this. So my brows are already done, but I'll show you what I used. So first of all, I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. Has a really nice spoolie on the other side of it as well. It's just a really cute, slender pencil here. And then I've been using this one for so long, but I used the smallest amount that it's been taking me months to make any sort of visible progress. But I have a little sample of this Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil in the darkest shade. I think this is the darkest shade. I have shade number 6, and this is the one that's kind of like a triangular little angled shape here. It's a little bit fatter than the Brow Wiz, but I just use this one on like the tail of my brows, and sometimes I'll run it along the underneath part, but let me show you the shade difference between these two. So that is the medium brown from Anastasia. That is Benefit number 6 brow pencil. And then this product, I think this might be replacing my Anastasia tinted brow gel in Granite. I love that stuff to death. I've been using it for years. Then I tried this. This was sent to me from Lancome, and I saw this on the Octoplay website. I thought I would try it out. I didn't think that it would be magical or anything, but was I shocked. This one is their Sourcils Styler right there. Sourcils. I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly, but this is a tinted brow gel. This one's in shade number 3. It was in Brun. And oh my gosh, look at the wand on this. Look how cool that is. So there's no spiky parts on that side. So you're not getting it all over your face when you're trying to do your brows. But it has these really skinny little teeth on this thing, and they're tapered, so they're longer at this point here and then they're shorter at the tip. It just grabs a hold of your brows and puts them in place perfectly. With the Anastasia one, I usually have to get a Q-tip and go around and like clean up around my brows since it has such a big wand on it. I love the formula out of that one, but the wand is just massive for my skinny little non-existent eyebrows. So this is a game changer for me. I love this stuff. It almost feels like it's the same formula as the Anastasia tinted brow gel. Like they feel identical. They dry super fast. Both of them have the same quick drying time. The color of this is perfection. I like to go in with a brow pencil and then go in with a tinted brow gel just to paint over the little hairs. So the hairs are just a touch darker than the rest of the brow, but holy cow. I think I might be switched over to Lancome. I just picked up a few new products from Lancome. That is it, swatched out right there in shade 3, Brun. This stuff is fantastic. I think I might have to go check out the Lancome counter after trying out these products because they're so good. The brush on this is just top notch. Top notch. Love this thing. Usually I'll go in with a black pencil just at the outer corner of my eyes to tightline. And I have the Clinique Quick liner for eyes Intense. This one is in number 9, Intense Ebony. It's just a super jet black, really soft pencil that stays at my waterline. I'm just going in with the nude waterline liner anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This one is from Rimmel. This is the Scandalized Waterproof Kohl eyeliner in nude. I think it's either 001 or 004. I'm going to go in with a base just to kind of camouflage any discoloration that's on my lids. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I really enjoy this product. Sometimes if my skin's a little dry, it can feel a little heavy on the eyelids, but I love it, so I don't really mind. I just use my fingertips to spread this over the eye. Then obviously I have my Urban Decay Naked palette, and I have 2 new shadows that I repressed from here. So I'm probably going to go in with a little bit of the green one that I made. Looks really pretty, I think. So I'm going to first take just like an all over fluffy shadow brush, and I'm going to go in with the lightest shade Virgin at the inner corner and up along the brow, just to kind of mix in with that highlighter that we put on there before. Today I'm going to be really simple, really basic, and I think I'm going to go in with Sidecar and put that all over the lid. Let me find my brush though. Found it. I have a little Sonia Kashuk flat shader brush that I like to use with it, so it can get a little glittery. I know a lot of people don't like that shadow because of the glitter fallout, so I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I'm going to take that all over the lid. I like how it almost has like a taupey pewter look to it. I think that's really pretty. Take a tiny bit under the eye, not a ton. Then I'm going to take my MAC 217, this is my old one. I'm going to go in with the shade Naked. Here, I swatched these out so you can see them. That is Virgin, the very first lightest shade. That is Sidecar, the one with all those little glittery pieces in it. And then this is Naked, the lightest matte brown from the palette. I'm just going to take a little bit on my 217 brush from MAC right here and just put that into the crease area, kind of blow it out a little. I was a little sloppy with my application here. Just really smoothing that out so I don't have like a big harsh line like I do on this side. I mixed a really light yellowy green color in with Dark Horse from the palette, so that's the color that I made, but any green would work, honestly. I'm just gonna put this at the very outer corner of my eye and probably underneath my eye too. A tiny bit under the eye too. So then I'm going to go in with the MAC 286, which is usually used for putting down like a transition color or a cream shadow down in the crease and all over the lid, but I'm just going to use this to go around the eye to smooth everything out. But I think it turned out really beautiful, the color combination. So I'm going to start out underneath, just smoothing it all out, and then work up to the top. I don't mind those little glittery pieces in the Sidecar eyeshadow. I know a lot of people really don't like it, but I think that's my favorite color out of the whole Naked palette. I just think it looks so pretty. I'm going to be using the MAC Black Track Fluid Line gel eyeliner right here, and I'm also going to throw this one in my bag just in case. This is the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Lining Pen. I really like this one. This one has been quite a surprise that it's very easy to use. It's not identical to the Kat Von D eyeliner in Trooper, but it's pretty close. I'm taking out my gel eyeliner. I'm going to use this little brush that came with that Bobbi Brown set that I got during the VIB sale. I'm going to try using this. I actually haven't used it yet, and see how this works. I'm a little nervous. How did I mess this up already? I swear, some days I can apply my gel eyeliner in a flash and it's perfect, and other days it is a hot mess. I feel like today is gonna be a hot mess liner day. I'm gonna go in with this little mini Tarte brush. It's a little bit more tapered and pointed, and I think I'll have better luck getting some precision with this guy. Okay, so we're working with heavy liner today, which was not my intention, but I'll work with it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye really fast, or as long as it takes me. Alright, well, we're kind of even. I don't even know if I would describe these as being somewhat even. I tried to match this one up with this eye, but I feel like this one turned out better than this eye did, but oh well. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go hang out with family today. I am going to be setting my makeup with this stuff. This is pretty flippin' awesome too. This is probably one of the top 2 favorite products that I've ever received from Octoly. This is the Kate Somerville Makeup Setting Spray. It has SPF 50. It's called the Uncomplicated SPF. You can find this at Sephora or on the Kate Somerville website. It is, I think it's $38, but you use such a very small amount that I initially thought that I was gonna blow through this. I'd have it done in like a month. But I use such a small amount of this. I even feel like I use less of this product than I do of my other sprays. And I feel like this one's going to be around for a very long time. I've been noticing that I have a couple dark spots through here. I always get a ton of freckles through this area on my cheeks during the summertime, but I'm starting to get them again. So I've been trying to wear this a little bit more frequently since I've gotten it, and I don't feel like I've gotten any more than I had before, but this is the finest setting spray I've ever tried in my life. It has an aerosol spray, so it's incredibly fine. You can easily apply way more than you're supposed to just because it's such a fine spray that you don't feel like you're getting enough on your skin. I highly suggest just going in a Z, going straight across, back, and you'll have plenty on your face, even though it doesn't feel like it at first. But I'm going to shake this up really, really good, and then I'll apply this on my skin. I will say it does have a very strong fragrance, and I can't quite pinpoint what that fragrance is. Maybe it's just a sunscreen fragrance, but it does have a strong fragrance. I would say either spray this in a well-ventilated area or just be aware that it has that strong fragrance. I'm gonna let that set for a second and dry. For my bottom lashes, I actually have 2 products here. I have the Benefit They're Real primer for the bottom lashes, and then I immediately go in with the Clinique bottom lash mascara before it has a chance to dry. So I'm gonna do that super fast for you guys. You can see I'm almost out of my They're Real primer. I need to get a new one, but I'm not sure if I want to spend $20-something on an eyelash primer for the bottom lashes. I might just dump a little bit of my Inglot Duraline in it and see if that'll thin it out and revive it a little bit. Oops. Oh man, I'll clean that up in a second. I have one of these little precision Q-tips hanging out in my makeup bag, thank goodness. My bottom lashes on this side, they're so sparse and they never look as good as the ones on this side. This side is like perfectly straight down, no issues, and then the other side is just a joke. I accidentally ripped one of my bottom eyelashes out on this side, and I was like, man, I already have only 3 over here. Did I seriously have to rip another one out? So I'm gonna go in with this lash comb. This is a really nice one. This came from that Senegence company that has lip scents. It's actually a really nice comb, works a little bit better than my Sonia Kashuk one. I'm gonna go in with my Shiseido lash curler, curl my lashes really quick. Then another item that was sent to me from Octoly, I talked about this in my Sephora VIB sale haul, but this is the Lancome Hypnose Drama mascara. It's the one that has like the S curve wand, the S-shaped wand on here. So what I like to do with this mascara is where it has that big dip, I'll put that dip towards my eye for the first coat of mascara, like this. And then I flip it so that the bump, the top bump part right here, how it goes like that, I put that against my lashes and kind of grab my lashes with that side of it. Next, I have my lip products. So I'll swatch out my lip products that I'm going to show you here. Oh, I forgot about this. This showed up from Givenchy. This one also came from Octoly, but this is from Givenchy. They sent this to me for free to try out and review on my channel and my social media accounts, but this is their transparent lip liner, and I think this is beautiful. It actually came with a little sharpener too, which I might have to pull out to use because I just got a little stub left, but I really like the texture of this one. I've tried out a couple clear lip liners, but this one feels like it grabs onto the lipstick, like the lipstick sticks to it almost. Okay, here's the little sharpener that they sent, and it also comes with one of the little, you know, sticks that you can clean out stuff right here. I thought that was cool. I had no idea that it was included in this mix here, but I'm going to sharpen this up just a little bit. Ooh, that sharpens super smooth. I like to bring it all the way in on my entire lip so that I'm not left with just, you know, that ring around the outside after your lipstick starts wearing off. I love the clear lip liners because you can pair them with any color of lip product. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to go out and buy a neon orange lip liner for your bright orange lipsticks and a hot pink one for your candy yum yum lipstick. You can just buy one and use it for everything, and I think that is fantastic to have in your collection, whether or not you buy a Givenchy one. I have to say, I do feel the difference between this and the one that I had from the drugstore. I do notice a slight difference in like the tackiness and the texture of it. I have 3 lipsticks here and a gloss. So the first one is from Marc Jacobs. This is just the little mini one that they sent out from Sephora. This is in the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang number 216. It's one of the Marc Jacobs lipsticks. It's a really pretty color. And I don't have very much left, but that is the lipstick there, and that is a swatch of it. I considered wearing this one because, you know, my eyes are darker and I'm wearing a green shirt and I feel like it makes my eyes look a little bit more green, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is from Bare Minerals. I love these things. I've got mascara all over me. Excuse the mascara if you see it, but this is one of their matte liquid lipsticks. They don't dry down to like that flaky, suck the life out of your lips sort of a liquid lipstick. These are just like a matte lipstick that still transfers just a tiny bit, but it looks matte on the lips and they're super comfortable throughout the day. They smell like chocolate milk. This one's in the shade Slay. I have a couple of these, but this one's probably my most used and my favorite. That right there, that is Slay from Bare Minerals, and that will actually dry down. Oh man, I seriously can't get over the smell of these. It smells like a chocolate milkshake or something. They smell really good. The other lipstick that I'm going to keep in my makeup bag for this week is going to be from Rimmel. This one is one of the Lasting Finish by Kate lipsticks in number 45. Down there on the bottom, and it's just a really pretty kind of like mauve-y nude tone. They're all kind of in the same color family but varying degrees of tone. So that is the Rimmel lipstick right there. This one isn't matte, but it's like a satiny matte sort of lipstick. So there's the 3 of them. And then for my gloss, obviously I have this one in my Finish 4 by 4th of July, so I'm going to be using my Buxom gloss in Dolly. This is one of their full-bodied lip glosses. So these types of glosses don't actually have that super cooling, make your lips tingle feeling, but they still have that same performance. Your lips still look super juicy and nice, and they look really full. That's it there on the end. Here, so there are my lip products for this week. And I think they'll all look really nice together. I could put that gloss over essentially any of the lipsticks, or I could just wear this on its own. It's pretty opaque, so it could be worn on its own. I actually have not yet paired the Givenchy lip liner with this Bare Minerals lipstick, so this should be interesting. Ooh! That grabs it right away. I read that it was supposed to appear, whoops, as though it's filling in the lines of your lips, and I can definitely see it with this lipstick right here. I mean, I still have lines in my lips, but they're just not as noticeable as they usually are with this lipstick. That is a beautiful color. I love that color on the lips. So I have my perfume here, and that's the last product that I'm going to talk about. So obviously this one's in my Finish 4 by 4th of July. This is what I'm going to be using this week. This is the XOXO Mi Amore perfume, and I usually just spritz like 3 or 4 sprays in the morning, and then by mid-afternoon I have to put on another 3 or 4 sprays for the rest of the day because it doesn't last very long and it just kind of fades throughout the day. But I really like this perfume. It's super sweet and almost like a cotton candy sort of fragrance. That is the last of my products that I'm using for this week. So I'm just going to be playing with those and focusing on those for this week for the most part. And that's it. So I really do appreciate you guys watching. Let me know. You won't hurt my feelings. Let me know whether you'd just like to see me pull the product out and, you know, swatch it, show it to you, or if you'd like to see me apply it to my face like I did today. Let me know which one that you'd rather see, but that's it. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!